The big political story today, it's a huge blow to the opposition's unity and perhaps sets the tone for what's to come ahead of the next general election in 2019. Nitish Kumar's party, the JDU, has announced that it's going to support the BJP's presidential candidate Ramnath Kovind. This comes ahead of a crucial opposition party meeting tomorrow to decide on a presidential candidate. One of the names that the opposition is considering is that of former Lok Sabha Speaker, also a Dalit, Meera Kumar. And interestingly, Meera Kumar has met Sonia Gandhi this evening.
The end of the opposition unity for 2019 even before it began. In a huge blow to the opposition ranks, Nitish Kumar announced his party's support for the BJP's candidate for president, former Bihar Governor Ramnath Kovind.
मुख्यमंत्री जी ने कहा कि हम लोग साथ हैं।
अच्छे हैं बिहार के पॉलिटिक्स नहीं है, उसकी नजरिया है बिहार के विकास के लिए, इसलिए हम लोग साथ हैं।
Nitish's move comes just weeks after he skipped an opposition meeting and attended the Prime Minister's lunch for his Mauritius counterpart instead, leading to speculation that he may be headed back to the NDA. His ally in Bihar, the RJD, is on the other side of the divide.
Nitish Kumar's support to Ramnath Kovind was a foregone conclusion. Immediately, it will not impact the running of the Mahagathbandhan government in Bihar, but ultimately even the die-hard supporters of Nitish Kumar now admit in private that there will be a larger political trust deficit in the days to come.
However, Nitish's move is a huge setback for the opposition, which is meeting to decide on a presidential candidate tomorrow. Sources in the Congress say some of the names being considered include Dalit leaders like former Lok Sabha Speaker Meera Kumar, former Home Minister Sushil Kumar Shinde, Prakash Ambedkar and ex-Congressman MP B. Mungrekar. However, the numbers are clearly stacked on the BJP side.
बार बार इस बात का प्रचार किया गया कि कोविंद जी दलित हैं, उससे साफ दिखता है कि मोदी जी राष्ट्रपति के चुनाव में भी जातिगत राजनीति कर रहे हैं।
जब 22 तारीख को संपूर्ण विपक्षी बैठक बुलाई गई, यूपीए की बैठक है, तो उसमें सारे तथ्य रखे जाएंगे। हम भी, समाजवादी पार्टी भी अपना पक्ष रखेगी। उसके बाद निर्णय से हम आप लोगों को अवगत करा देंगे।
What will happen? We will have to wait and see it. कल मीटिंग बुलाया, कांग्रेस पार्टी का तरफ से खबर आया। कल 4:30 we have a meeting, and we will see how many parties are going to attend.
For the opposition, the numbers in the presidential elections was always against them. But they clearly do not want to give a walkover, and it's a battle of ideologies. The big question is, what Dalit face will they project? With camera person Suresh Kumar NS, Sunil Prabhu, NDTV.
Well, huge political developments there as the presidential elections near. Joining us first tonight is Mr. D. Raja, CPI MP of the Rajya Sabha. We have Professor Rakesh Sinha of the RSS in the studio with us, Ajoy Kumar of the Congress Party, Jyoti Malhotra, consulting editor of the Indian Express, also with us tonight. Mr. Raja, let me ask you first, how much of a setback is today's announcement by Nitish Kumar's party for the opposition?
Yes, Mr. Nitish Kumar has taken a decision, and he has announced it also that his party would back the BJP NDA candidate. As opposition parties, we are meeting tomorrow, and we will discuss our strategy and our course of action, and we will be taking a final call tomorrow evening.
But I'm sure you have a view on what Nitish Kumar has announced, and I'm sure you see it as a huge setback to the efforts of the opposition to put together a united front.
I do not take it as a very huge setback that way. It will have certain impact on the united effort of all our parties in the coming days, and it will have very serious impact on bigger politics and bigger government immediately, because RJD, I do not think it will go along with Mr. Nitish Kumar and JDU on this issue. And JDU and RJD have a coalition government in Bihar. What will happen to that government? What will be the future of Bihar politics? That is one thing which we will have to wait and see. And its impact on the united effort of opposition parties at national level, I don't think that is going to be very huge impact, or that is going to be very huge setback. But it has some impact at this point of time, because tomorrow we have the meeting, but one day early Mr. Nitish Kumar called his own party meeting and took such a decision. It is a unilateral decision. He could have consulted our parties and he could have waited for a day.
Well, it's interesting. You're critical. You're saying it was a unilateral decision. He could have waited for a day. Mr. Raja, you do have another potential setback in that the NCP is also undecided on what to do. Would you concede that the BJP's choice for the presidential contest, for the presidential race, is a candidate who has made it difficult for opposition parties, many of them, to ignore or to say no to because of his credentials?
Firstly, I do not know what is going to be NCP's position. I hope they are with us. As far as the other question is concerned, it is not the question of an individual. It is the question of institution as Rashtrapati. It is the question of India and its future. That is where the parties in opposition do think this election is a very critical election for the country and its future. It has become a political ideological battle, an ideological political battle in defense of the constitution of our country, in defense of secular democracy of our country.
Well, Mr. Raja, I know you have to go, so let me ask you though, who are some of the people that you are going to propose or that your party may propose as possible candidates? I know that that's not something you're going to reveal on TV, but I'm still going to try.
No, there are some names. In fact, Congress has not given any name informally or formally, and this issue needs to be discussed tomorrow informally and finally formally in the meeting of all parties. And there are some names as far as left is concerned. We do have some names under consideration. We will propose in the meeting, and we will listen to other parties and see what are their proposals, and finally we will come to certain common understanding who can be the best choice in the given situation, not only to take on the battle at all levels, but to propose to give our narrative to counter the narrative of the idea of India coming from RSS and other Sangh Parivar outfits.
Okay, so Mr. Raja, just stay with us for a moment. Professor Rakesh Sinha wanted to make an intervention there. Number of things Mr. Raja has said are important. One, it's very clear that the opposition is disunited. It's clear from Nitish Kumar's announcement, the fact that Mr. Raja called it a unilateral decision, that Nitish could have waited until tomorrow's meeting to do it. Also, that for the opposition now, it's a question of the institution of president, not about an individual.
There are three dimensions. One, first I started with the Rajas. CPI's presence in electoral college, the presidential election, is less than marginal. So CPI is dictating NCP and JDU that they should have taken decision after consulting CPI. So CPI has no role virtually, except that the Communist Party of India has the legacy of a big banner and the signboard. As far as CPI's institution is concerned, during the first NDA regime, the one person who was elected as the President of India with the votes of with the support of the moral support of the RSS and the electoral college majority was APJ Abdul Kalam. And that time, when APJ Abdul Kalam was a presidential candidate, left party proposed the name of, I respect Lakshmi Sehgal, I don't have any grudge against the particular individual, she had the role in the freedom movement, but proposed the name. And APJ Abdul Kalam was opposed, just go through the new age and people's democracy, CPI's mouthpiece and CPN's mouthpiece. The way APJ Abdul Kalam was degraded by these mouthpieces is really shameful. Third dimension, he spoke about the opposition unity. This is a big jolt to the unnatural alliance. Nitish Kumar had been a part of a unnatural alliance, because Congress wants its relevance, CPM and CPI wants certain more constituency in northern India with these parties. They are natural alliance of any political party which are opposed to RSS and BJP. So unfortunately, the newborn warrior for social justice, the left party have become so-called warrior for the social justice. They are opposing one person who I am not talking about only his Dalit, but his identity is very, very important, because if you are talking someone K.R. Narayanan, then he's a first Dalit.
They are saying they're opposing an ideology, that he stands for a certain ideology, the ideology of the Sangh Parivar.
No, in democracy, they are free to oppose Sangh Parivar, RSS. But here, Ramnath Kovind, you see the political background of Ramnath Kovind. And so he is a spotless political background. He is the man who had made his mark in, made his mark in the Dalit constituency. And second, last point to the left parties. Kindly don't talk of the institutions, because you are the people who always deconstruct Indian republics, each and every institutions. CPMs, during the, we know how CPM behaved in the left front, they behaved in the, during Jyoti Basu, Deputy Chief Minister, and Ajay Ghosh was the Chief Minister in Bengal. So the way you behaved, so every position, whenever you get the opportunity, you deconstruct. So
you're saying it's a hypocritical argument. Mr. Raja, give me a second. I want to ask Ajoy Kumar of the Congress then, that because there are so many layers to this debate, Ajoy, and the first is that what happens to the government in Bihar? Ajoy, is the writing now on the wall that this government in Bihar is not going to survive? It may survive for now, but we're getting closer to that point where Nitish Kumar and the BJP are coming back together.
No, Nidhi, I don't think so, for the simple reason, and I mean, what is in Mr. Nitish Kumar's mind, I cannot probably guess it. But if you remember, the JDU not only supported Mr. Pranav Mukherjee as a presidential candidate when they were along with the BJP, and Mr. Nitish Kumar has had, very strong, even on demonetization, he had a different perspective. So I would not be so blasé to say that the government is under threat and all. Mr. Nitish Kumar was the person actually who took the initiative to get all the opposition parties along with Mrs. Sonia Gandhi on this presidential election. So I definitely understand what Rajaji is saying, that it is unfortunate because the meeting is tomorrow. Even if they had a different view and they wanted to support, it would have been more elegant if it was done on 22nd in a closed door meeting, and then all the opposition parties made their consensus. But if you remember, the opposition to the BJP's presidential unannounced candidate, the initiative was taken at one of the major initiatives, not the only initiative, was Ms. Nitish ji. So from that perspective, yes, it's definitely unfortunate.
All right, so
but those are people, those are part of politics, and I definitely
I just want to take this to Mr. Naval Kishore, the spokesperson of the RJD, who also joins us today. Mr. Kishore, is your government going to survive in Bihar? क्या सरकार रह पाएगी बिहार में?
या बिल्कुल रहेगी, और इस सरकार का एक जब सरकार बनी थी तो उसका एक इतिहास है। 3 दल जो एक साथ आए हैं, उन तीनों दल ने मिलकर बिहार का चुनाव लड़ा है, और बिहार की जनता ने उस दल को, उस महागठबंधन को सपोर्ट किया है, और उस हिसाब से यह महागठबंधन अपना पूरा समय तय करेगी। और जहां तक इस बीच में आपका ये पॉइंट है, हर एक पार्टी अपना अपना विचार रखती है और एक अपना विचारधारा से गाइड होती है, और आप ये मानकर चलिए कि जो दल है यहाँ पर महागठबंधन में, वो अपना पूरा समय या कार्यकाल कंप्लीट करेंगे।